Previously on The Bill.
I broke the rules.
Gangs have rules, Carly, not friends.
I haven't got anything to hide.
I'm very sorry to tell you, your little boy has died.
So whose is it? Oh, come on, Sheila.
Yours.
Looks as if he's holding something.
I think it's a baby.
Oh, great. Sierra Oscar from 432.
Go ahead.
Well, that's St. Hughes. The guy on the roof, we think he's holding a baby, and he might be about to jump.
Come on, Reggie, babe. Why, mate?
Well, gentle persuasion's not really my thing, is it?
No.
All right, lads, we'll take it from here. Come on, stand back.
Hello, sir. We're here to help you. My name's Reg. This is my mate, Des. Would you like to talk about it, sir? I mean, it can't really be this bad.
Oh, yes, they can. What? That's Warren Jameson. The dad from the Cot Death Shout. I wish I could say something to make you feel better. I can't. But I've stood where you're standing. Takes a lot of balls to say no.
Leave me alone.
Maybe I would if it was just you. You don't want to do this. Stealing another baby isn't going to make up for things.
You don't understand. I could never replace Ben.
What did they say?
Every baby in the hospital's accounted for and it's too early for visitors.
Did they check the mortuary?
The mortuary? I
Well, look, get on to it. I'll see you on the roof.
Okay.
Not doing any good up here, mate.
He's in a bad way.
He would be. Has the child been crying?
No, actually. Not a peep.
When you come down and we'll talk about it, eh?
Des. Has Warren said anything?
He's not making much sense.
OK, I'll take it from here. You get back.
I'll come with you.
Hello, Mr. Jameson. Is that your son you're holding?
I should never have left him. Done all they can downstairs. I don't know, I thought perhaps if I could explain.
Explain.
That it was a mistake. Look at him and tell me it wasn't a mistake. I couldn't leave him down there. In the cold. In the dark. He was all alone. He's so beautiful. This can't be right. How can this be right? Don't!
All right, Warren. I won't come any closer. But please, just move away from the edge so we can at least talk.
What's happening?
He's still got the baby.
It's his son.
Oh, no, I thought that...
He stole the body from the mortuary.
Des said it was the toughest shout he's ever taken. He had to give the baby mouth to mouth yesterday, can you imagine?
Look, the crowd's growing downstairs. They're blocking access, apparently.
I'll go and sort it.
Why are you up here, Warren?
I offered myself in exchange. My life's nothing now.
That's not true. I'm sure your wife doesn't think that. You need to be strong for each other, help each other through this.
No one can help. We brought it on ourselves.
This isn't anyone's fault, mate.
We didn't celebrate Ben for the life he was. We didn't deserve him.
You must let the doctors examine your son. They might be able to discover why this happened. Put your mind at rest.
He's my only child. I won't have him desecrated.
I promise you the doctors will give your son all the respect they'd give to a living baby. Let me take him inside. The answer isn't up here.
Let me take him. I'm not taking one of them into protective custody then.
He was never going to jump. It's a lot more complicated than that.
So you still got your suspicions?
I hope I'm wrong.
They just don't seem the type.
Is there a type? All sorts of people end up with children they don't want.
Are you having second thoughts about this baby?
There's no second thoughts. It's happening.
Sheila, you're gonna have to give me time to think about this.
What's there to think about? I've already told Patrick it's his.
Oh, so I'm already out the equation? Well, that's not fair.
Not fair. Face it, Des. If you could wish this baby away, would you?
It must be even more difficult investigating something like this if you've got kids yourself.
Yeah.
She's all right, though, Sergeant Murphy.
Yeah, she's fine.
432, PC Taviner.
Is it your first day? You wasted behind there. She'll be in CID.
Excuse me. The DCI wants to see you.
See you in the canteen.
I'm Reg Hollis. Or 171 if you prefer.
Oh, yeah. Here's about you. I'm Madeline.
I'm Marilyn, nice to meet you. So you must be the new front desk officer?
That's right. Maybe you should be in CID.
Oh,
Yeah?
Gov?
Sally Johnson is coming in at 1 o'clock to talk about Simpson's appeal. Now, are you still happy to go ahead with this interview?
Well, I'm not happy, but I'll do it.
I've talked to Nick Klein. As your Fed rep, he'll sit in.
It's not here for that, Gov.
Hang on, that's so fast. Now, Danny Glazer's resignation is only going to fire up Johnson's curiosity. So if there's anything you haven't told me, anything at all, about the evidence that sent Simpson down for torturing this Nick, now is the time to tell me.
Simpson's in prison where he should be. Everything was done by the book.
So Johnson's just wasting her time?
As far as I'm concerned, Gov, this ends today.
you're going to talk to Sally Johnson? Have you gone raving mad?
She hasn't got anything.
She's got enough to frighten Danny Glaze into resigning and leaving the country.
In which case, I better go to find out what she does know.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what I know, shall I? 6 coppers died in a fire you started. The bloke you framed is on your trail. You can't let Sally Johnson interview you.
And it's going to be a lot worse if I don't go. Right now, nobody believes it.
But look,
Never mind, but... At least this way I'm in control.
An orange juice, please.
Thanks for agreeing to see me. I take it you don't mind.
Will you take it wrong?
What are you so afraid of?
Not everyone likes the sound of their own voice.
Oh, and you think I do? I have just been asking questions, doing my job.
Is that what you call it? Mind you, I suppose you had to do something. Once you fail being a copper.
Why the name calling?
I don't like your employer.
Obviously not. Where's your Fed rep?
This is just between me and you.
No record, no witnesses. Just how you like it, Des.
Now who's calling names? You know what Simpson would call you, don't you?
I'm interested in his innocence, not his politics. Tell me about the confession.
Me and Danny Graves brought him in the car. He admitted starting the fire. He was laughing about killing 6 coppers. It turned my stomach. It should turn yours.
Oh, it would. But I don't think it happened like that. I tried to talk to Danny Glaze about it, but he got all wound up. In fact, he resigned. Now, why would he do that?
Well, you know how it is. You meet some bird in a pub, have a few bevies, arrange to meet a few days later. Only when you're sober, she doesn't quite look the same.
Why did you visit Simpson in prison?
He asked me to.
Not the second time. You arranged that.
He was sending threatening text messages. Did he tell you that?
Did you report it? Does DCI Meadows know?
I sorted it out by myself.
Like you always do. Not one for the book, are you, Des? The night the fire broke out, you said you were in the rear yard. Were you alone?
You've read my statement.
For the record, was anyone else in the yard with you that night, yes or no? Perhaps I can jog your memory. I have an affidavit here from a witness who claims he was also in the rear yard the night of the fire.
Let me see.
Let me summarise. He says he fought with a man in the yard matching your description. Ring any bells?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Like I said, it was a while back. Why don't you take a couple of minutes? Maybe it'll all come flooding back. Cup of tea?
Oh, hang on, let me.
It's okay, Reg, really.
No, it's all right. Here you go.
Thank you. Thanks, Reg. So, have the mists cleared?
Certainly have. Haven't got anything else to add to my statement.
There was no one else in the yard with you. You did not fight with anyone.
Nope.
Okay. Well, that's cleared everything up. Thanks very much.
You all right?
Fine. Well, as fine as you can be after reliving the worst nights of your life. Still, it's all behind me now, eh?
Yeah, I think we all think the same. Let's hope tomorrow we can draw a line under things.
Tomorrow?
The plaque, in memory of the victims, has been unveiled. I was going to ask you to speak at the dedication. You distinguished yourself that night. Nick Klein's canvassed the relief, and they're all keen.
Well, I'm not really good at that type of stuff, Gov.
Well, just be a few words. They mean a lot to the families.
Will you give me time to think about it?
Sure. Let me know when you made up your mind.
It was written all over the face when she left.
Why didn't you see it? Look, Sally Johnson was a DI, right? There's no way she was going to leave her papers around for you to read.
This plaque ceremony must be all part of it. Johnson must have talked to Meadows. They're trying to trap me.
No, look. I was there. The DCI isn't lying to you when he said the idea come from the relief. Nick Klein thought of it.
Doesn't mean that Meadows wouldn't use it to his advantage.
You think?
Sierra 1 from Sierra Oscar. Disturbance reported at 1818 Welling Drive. Informant and neighbour, Mrs. Wendy Hobbins.
It's the cop death.
On way.
Come here, quick. Come on. Listen to this. Come on. Tell them. Tell them what you just told me. Tell them!
Mr. Jameson, come on, leave her alone.
Don't you see, haven't you worked it out yet? She's finished the job. She's destroyed the last of my son.
All right, now, look, come on, you're upset. Well, just calm down.
No, he's right. It's me. I killed his baby.
Mrs. Jameson, look, You're obviously upset as well. Why don't we go inside the house? We could talk about it.
No, there's nothing to talk about. I'm the one. I killed his baby. I killed Ben.
How you doing, mate? Superficial burns, I'll live. Not sure I want to. Hey, don't say we wasted our time up on that roof. It's bloody cold up there.
I knew what she'd done from the start. She'll be taken care of, won't she?
Yeah, we mate's taking her back to the station.
Still love her. Did I let her down? I tried to be a good father, but Annabelle wouldn't let me. Every time I went near him, she grabbed him off me.
If we could stick to this afternoon.
You heard her. She admitted killing him. We were apart nearly 2 years. And I tracked her down and we got back together. And she was pregnant. Became a different person. I thought it was because we were married at first. And she said she wanted an abortion. Couldn't understand why. Still don't.
It's not always straightforward, is it?
Yes, it is. Do you have kids?
No.
No, well, when you do, you'll realise. It completes you. Did me, anyway.
You okay?
I've had better days. You were right about Annabelle Jameson.
Doesn't make me feel any better. The FME's looking her over at the moment.
This baby. Our baby. I want to do right by her before things get too complicated.
Like they're not now.
It isn't that I don't want to have kids with you, it's just... But I just can't. Not now.
There's no point to this, Des.
I want you to understand. You think I haven't thought about this? About taking him to his first match at Anfield and...
Maybe he had a lucky escape.
Sheila, trying to do the right thing.
Even if you were, you don't need to. I know how you feel.
Do you?
Yeah. You had some kind of daft notion about taking your kid to the football. That's it. In the end, you don't want this baby. But you know what? That makes two of us.
You don't mean that.
Don't I? I'm 4 months gone. I should be on light duties. What if something bad happens? Maybe I don't care.
Can't get up in front of all those families again. It'll be just like the memorial service.
But you're going to have to, otherwise it'll be like the interview with Johnson. If you don't go through with it, people are going to smell a rat.
Well, they can think what they like. If they've got a problem, they know where I am.
Well, perhaps it'd be better if they didn't.
What do you mean?
Look, things are getting dangerous. You should get out while you can.
I'm not running like Danny Glaze. Stop panicking. Everything's under control.
But it's not. Johnson is getting closer and closer. Danny felt it, you know it.
Danny Glaze was weak. He could have gone for a million reasons. If I go, there's only one. I'll be on the run forever.
So what you going to do, hang around here waiting for a tap on your shoulder? Can you handle that pressure?
I can. Look, I couldn't go even if I wanted to.
Sheila. Look, I'm not stupid. I've had my suspicions, but she's just one woman. I mean, you don't have to go to prison for her.
It's not as simple as that. She's having my baby.
All right, I've heard enough. Stop the car. Stop the car now. What is it with some people, eh? No matter what they do, they get it all laying on a plate.
Just relax and get back in the car. Well, at least tell me what you're on about.
You! This is all so unfair. What have you ever done to deserve all this?
You're joking, aren't you? You can have it, mate.
Yeah, can I? Maybe I don't get that lucky. Maybe I think too much. Maybe the fact that she'd already had a husband and 3 kids would have stopped me.
I promise you, mate, if I could turn the clock back...
You would do exactly the same thing because you can't stop yourself. You can't stop yourself screwing up other people's lives.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, no? Then why'd you keep asking me? Do you think I want to hear all this? You're telling me because you've got to tell someone. Good old Reg, no life, knows his place, tells you what you want to hear. Well, not anymore.
Well, I'm sorry I'm disappointing you, Reggie, babe.
No, I'm sorry. We were talking about you, weren't we? Well, look, if you really want my opinion, I think you'll always do exactly what Des Taviner wants to do. I pity your kid, I really do. You're too selfish to be a good father.
Whereas I suppose you'd make a great father, wouldn't you? It's a pity you're never going to get the chance. Look, I'm sorry, mate.
Do me a favour, don't feel sorry for me, yeah? Look, you might be right. Maybe I never am going to be a father. But I'm never going to rob kids of their father either.
You know I never meant any of that to him.
There's a point. You never do.
Des.
Yeah, about tomorrow, Gov.
You've decided to do the memorial?
Yeah.
That's great. I'll let you know what's happening tomorrow morning.
Right.
Annabelle's former doctor in Florence got back to me. He dug up the report from the first inquest.
And?
The cause of death was a metabolic disorder.
Which means?
Basically, the genetic combination could have meant that any future children of the Jamesons may also have been at risk.
You see, Annabelle would have heard that. She attended the inquest.
That's why she said she poisoned him.
You see, this explains everything, Sarge. Why she didn't want the second child, why she didn't want anyone to get close to him.
Especially not herself. She couldn't go through all that pain again.
Yes, I'm sure that's all true, but...
What?
Had Annabelle told her doctors about the first death, they may have been able to manage Ben's condition during the pregnancy and after the birth.
So, it's possible that with the right treatment, his death could have been avoided?
Yes.
Let's give her the news, eh? This way.
Let the Jamesons go, then.
Annabelle was innocent. Not that it makes much difference to the way they must feel. Put your own problems in perspective, doesn't it?
What problems? I think what's happened to us is fantastic.
What?
When am I going to get another opportunity like this? I'd be mad to let you and this baby go.
You didn't want anything to do with it.
I didn't think I could handle being a father. But I was wrong. I can. I mean, what have I got besides you and the baby? My life wouldn't be anything without you.
There's more to it than that. The kids. Patrick.
Leave him. I'll take the kids on as my own. I'll do anything as long as I can have you, Sheila.
Des.
You're not going to say no to me, are you?
No. No, I'm not.
Des Taviner's statement contradicts a new witness who has come forward.
In what way?
He forgot his amnesia. He denies fighting with the witness.
So you'll be going to the DPS?
Yep. Once they've investigated, it's a small step to appeal, then hopefully...
Simpson walks. And you do society a big favour.
Jack, there's a strong chance he didn't torch this place. I thought you were interested in the truth.
I lost a lot of friends that night. It means a damn sight more to me than a few quid from Simpson.
Glad to hear it. Because when this case is reopened, some people may not find the truth very palatable. Des Taviner least of all.
He saved a lot of lives that night.
Simpson thinks the balance sheet reads a bit differently.
I'm not interested in his opinions.
Facts, Jack. Taviner framed Simpson for a reason, and it wasn't because he thought he was guilty. He needed a patsy.
You know, I can't believe that you're... Des is a hero. He's making a speech at the unveiling of this memorial.
What? Jack, if I'm right, you are asking the man who killed 6 of his colleagues to stand up and say what a tragedy it was. You really need to think about this.
Sir, there's someone to see you.
Good of you to see me, Jack.
I'm sorry?
We should talk about Des Taviner.
Not here.
Always the gentleman. Inspector Andrew Conway, DC Kate Spears.
Look, I thought we covered all this. What is it you want?
Simpson solicitors have decided to contact the DPS, and they have decided to investigate Des Taviner for giving a false statement the night of the fire.
So you came all this way to tell me in person?
Jack, they'll be in touch today. I thought you should know.
Well, thanks for your concern.
Do you not even want to know why Des lied?
Well, if he did, I think it's down to the DPS to decide, don't you?
There's DCI at Sunhill. I thought you might be interested. So when you unveil the memorial to those who died in the fire, you're quite happy, are you, to let the man who killed them stand here and say what a tragedy it was?
Look, Simpson killed them and is in prison where he belongs.
So why is Simpson saying Taviner framed him? Why is Simpson so adamant that Des Taviner started that fire himself?
And you believe a racist?
If he's telling the truth, Jack, Des Taviner is guilty.
Stick to being a PI, Sally. Leave justice for the courts.
An elderly lady, Agnes Brown, was attacked and robbed on her front doorstep. I need you on it straight away.
Where is she?
She's still at home in a pretty bad way, poor soul. Should be going down it myself, really, but...
I don't think you should be doing that much, you know. Not in your condition.
I'm pregnant. I'm not paralysed.
Look, I was thinking, do you fancy moving into my house? I mean, it's not exactly Buckingham Palace. All it needs is a lick of paint and a woman's touch.
Slow down, Des. You're freaking me out. Just let me tell Patrick first. The last thing I want is him finding out second-hand that it's not his baby. I'll have to tell Inspector Gold yet. Let's just take things one step at a time. Reg, I need you to get down to Gunner Street with Des straight away.
Sarge, on, mate. Will you carry Des or what? What's Shirley going to do about the baby?
We've sorted it.
We?
Yeah, but she doesn't want anyone knowing, so keep it under that, all right?
Oh, don't worry, your secrets are safe with me, aren't they?
Oh, you're saying a few words when they unveil the plaque today?
Yeah, for me, sins.
Good man.
Bloody useless, you lot.
You what?
Makes you wonder why we have to pay poll tax. Public services. What kind of service do the police think they can offer the likes of me? No wonder these people think they can get away with murder.
What happened?
I reckon he must have followed me from the post office. I just got my key in the door and he punched me.
Did you get a good look at him?
Oh, a streak of muck with red hat and baggy pants. But I gave him a run for his money, so I did. Very near took the face off him.
Oh, you Liverpool supporter then, eh?
Oh, never mind that. What about the lowlife who did this? What are you going to do about him? It's high time you lot pulled the finger out and got your act together. Hang on a minute. He left these behind, dropped on the doorstep. And in case anyone's interested, you're bound to get some of that DNA from under me nails.
Mrs. Brown, I think you've been watching too much Cagney and Lacey, love.
Are you being cheeky?
Look, you're probably still in shock. Why don't we sit you down and then...
Clear off. Don't patronise me, you stupid gets. Why didn't you get out there and find the filthy, rotten article who stole me pension?
Come in.
A neighbour reported seeing a male who fits the description of the attacker leaving Agnes Brown's house.
Did you get him?
We've searched the immediate vicinity, but we haven't found anything yet.
Oh, let's hope the local rag doesn't create panic amongst the elderly in Sunhill.
Yes, Mum.
Was it something else?
No, nothing that can't wait.
You sure?
Well, there probably is something we need to discuss. I'm pregnant.
Oh, congratulations, Sheila.
Yeah, it's great.
And would you pass on my congratulations to Patrick? That's if congratulations are in order.
Yeah, why wouldn't there be?
sometimes these things are not planned.
Tell me about it. This one came right out of the blue.
Any regrets?
No, I'm getting the full support I need, so I'm really looking forward to it.
Good, as long as everyone's happy. How far gone are you?
Nearly 4 months.
Then as of now, you're grounded. You know the rules. Off you go.
Mum.
Oh, well, that's brilliant, isn't it? I mean, by the time we get these results back, the fella's going to be halfway to Cyprus. I'll forget it. Forensics aren't going to be ready for ages.
Oh, well, there's no one following Agnes on the CCTV. That man must have just been in the air and he's taking a chance.
Agnes is right. We're crap.
Oh, speak for yourself.
What's wrong with you, Taviner and or something?
What was that about having everything under control?
It is all under control.
Gina, it's not good news, I'm afraid. The DPS are investigating a member of your relief.
Oh, why is it trouble follows some people around like a bad stench? There's Taviner being one of them.
Well, Johnson thinks she's got proof that he lied in his original statement. She thinks that he fitted Simpson up to take the rap for the fire.
Why would he do that?
To cover his tracks.
Hang on a minute. What you're saying is she thinks that Des Taviner caused the fire here at Sun Hill?
That's the theory.
Oh, please. That means he would have killed 6 of his colleagues. You think he's guilty?
I hope not.
If you're suspicious, what are you going to do about it?
Nothing. We have to do this by the book. It's in the hands of the DPS now. Gina, we've nicked this dealer. He's not giving us anything.
What's his name?
Mark Doyle.
Oh, Chopsy, he gets himself about.
Well, we suspect he's been dealing in contaminated heroin, and we're after the supplier.
CID always have all the answers. What do you need from me?
Well, I thought maybe you could talk to one of your informants. They might know something about the dodgy heroin.
Okie dokie. Always a pleasure to help.
Thanks, Gina.
Are you sure? You must recognise one of them.
No, I'm absolutely certain he's not there.
Oh, well, thanks for your help anyway, Mrs. Brown.
But he must be there. I mean, you said you got a good look at him.
That's right. But what can I do if he's not on your files? You may be happy to fit someone up for a crime they didn't commit, PC Taviner, but I certainly wouldn't want that on my conscience. Oh, let's face facts. There's not a cat in hell's chance of you lot catching this man.
Well, a lot of crimes like this do go unresolved, but I mean...
I'll nail him.
You better add, I got friends in high places.
Who's that like? Columbo?
Laugh all you like, you big lummox, but mark my word, you'll be sorry if you don't get a result.
Look, we'll catch him, love. All right?
You promised Agnes you're going to find him. You can't guarantee that.
Will you just get off my case? It's not my fault some old woman thinks she's starring in an American cop show. Who am I to burst a bubble?
I just think you're being unrealistic, that's all.
Well, what do you want me to do? Tell her that the fella who stole the pension is probably shooting up or drinking it as we speak.
How about the truth?
Since when has that ever helped anything?
You're not handling this at all well, are you? Come on. Tell me what it's all about.
Meadows is hiding something. He's being very cagey. He knows more about the Simpson case and Johnson than he's letting on.
If you're worried about it, have it out with him.
Judas. I mean, for all I know, she could be going down accusing me of all sorts.
Look, these things have to be done by the book. You know how it goes.
So there is something going on. I've got a right to know, Gov.
The DPS will be in touch shortly.
What for?
You're under investigation. They're alleging that you committed perjury at the time of the fire.
And who made them think that?
Well, it doesn't matter what Johnson's told them. As long as you're being up front, you've got nothing to worry about, have you?
What you're doing, you're going to make matters worse if you confront her.
I've got to find out what she knows.
Come on, Liz, you're making a big mistake. Don't go in there.
Just go outside and wait.
Hello, Des. What can I do for you?
I gave you an interview. That should have been enough.
Your statement contradicts the witness's account. My job is to report what you told me to Simpson's solicitors. That's what they pay me for.
Your job? Simpson's a racist. You're black. How can you work for him?
Des, you lied. You messed up. Don't make this personal.
Personal? I think you're twisted. And this is a witch hunt.
You and Danny Glaze set Simpson up.
This hasn't got anything to do with Danny.
Really? Is that why he's done a runner?
You got this all wrong.
Have I?
Leave it alone, Johnson. This is getting dangerous for you.
Too close to the truth, Des.
Oh, shut it.
You set fire to Sun Hill, didn't you? Didn't you?
You watch your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the way you're acting, you've just answered my question. Now get out.
Mrs. Brown, is it?
Where's Taviner?
What seems to be the problem?
He told me to get in touch if I remembered anything about the man who robbed me, and I do.
You can tell me and I'll pass it on.
No, I only want to talk to Taviner.
Why can't you tell me?
He told me he'd get the man who mugged me, and I want him to sort it out.
Right. Well, I'll try and find him then.
All right, give me the number.
Have you seen Des Taviner, ma'am?
Not recently, no. Everything all right?
Our elderly lady's got some information, but she'll only talk to Des.
Well, you better make sure you find him.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you want?
I'm very sorry, Mrs. Brown. I can't find PC Taviner, so you'll have to tell me and I'll pass it on.
The attacker had an accent.
Right. What kind of accent?
Welsh, like yours.
That certainly narrows it down.
You better catch him.
We'll do our best.
And tell Taviner he hasn't seen the last of me.
Mr. Worrell, nice to see you again. Hello, Josh. How are you?
Where's Des?
He's not here at the moment.
Can I go out in Des's car? He promised me.
Well, a promise is a promise, so you have to talk to him about that when he gets here, won't you? Excuse me. That's Di Worrell's little boy.
We've got a situation.
What's that?
It appears that Thatcher and Kane have nicked my informant.
What for?
Dispatching a kilo of heroin for Ronnie Clark to the location on Harrison Gardens, as per the intelligence he passed on to us this morning.
So where does that leave us?
Well, thanks to Thatcher's gung-ho attitude, our options have been rather narrowed.
I warned him.
Yeah, if we're going to retrieve anything from this, I need to bail my informant.
Do it.
Great.
You make things worse.
Why don't you give it a rest? I don't need your opinion right now.
I mean, you only want to hear what I've got to say when it suits you. Like I'm your personal sounding board, someone you dump your rubbish on.
Isn't that what friends are for?
I mean, what was the point of talking to you yesterday? You don't listen.
This is where it all went off.
You shouldn't have gone to see Johnson.
How can one little bottle with a bit of petrol in it cause so much damage to so many people?
You know she'll go to the DCI.
You found him, yeah?
Mrs. Brown, you can't come in here. It's a restricted area.
I don't give a monkeys about that Taviner. I want to know if you've caught that tow rag yet. No, I didn't think so.
Oh, come on, hey, love. Give us a break, eh?
Don't worry, you won't see me again. But you should stop and think before you make promises you can't keep.
See ya. Agnes is right, we're never going to find that fella.
You've got more important things to think about, like this speech you've got to give.
If I bottle it now, it's going to look bad. Might as well throw the towel in and hand myself in.
Jack, you are so selfish. I will be finished if they find out that I know the truth about you and that fire. Look, now you've collared Johnson, you're going to make it easier for him.
Well, that isn't going to happen, is it? Not now me and Sheila are going to start a family.
She's already got a family.
She's leaving, Patrick. I'm going to look after her.
Yeah.
Have you got a problem with that?
You know what I think.
Fine.
I want you two in my office after this. Any sign of Des?
No, but I'm sure he's on his way, sir. And there's no way he'd miss this ceremony.
Well, I hope not. Did he say anything to you about this interview with Johnson?
No, but when I spoke to him earlier, he did seem a bit distracted.
Right.
What's this all about, sir?
It's probably nothing.
Is he in some sort of trouble?
It seems so. DPS are on his case. Excuse me. Right, well, thanks everybody for coming. This is an important day for all of us. You know, in many ways, I'd rather not be here. But you can't change the past. You can't change the fact that Chief Inspector Conway was murdered in the line of duty. And you can't change the fact that 6 officers died here in the fire at Sunhill. The purpose of this plaque is so as we don't forget. Not that any of us could. So, without further ado, and I'd now like to ask one of our officers to say a few words. Des Taviner.
I feel guilty for being here, for surviving when all those other people lost their lives. Derek Conway, Andrew Munro, Kate Spears, Paul Riley, Sam Harker, Ben Haywood, and Di Worrell. Ordinary, decent coppers, a lot of them. I can't do this. I'm sorry.
Sally, I think I'd like you to leave the station now. Your business here is finished, isn't it?
Officially, yes, but I still need to talk to you about Taviner.
Well, there's nothing more to say. He's been investigated by the DPS for perjury.
No, Jack, this is a separate issue. I want to make a complaint against
Yeah, well,
you.
now is not the time or place. Rob?
A lot of respect for Derek Conway and all he owns.
Very sad.
I'll always be sad with me.
Reg. Sorry. Have you seen Des?
No, Sarge. Well, not since the speech.
What's going on? Has he said anything to you about Johnson?
No, but you'll have to ask him yourself.
How you doing?
Can I drive the car?
Of course you can, mate. Come on.
Tell DCI Meadows I am not leaving until I see him.
Besides, I'll tell him.
I don't care. Just tell him I'm still here.
Get ready. The good one, wasn't it? Try that on. Yo, you look dead cool in that.
I've got a girlfriend.
Have you? Don't you think you're a bit young for all of that?
Have you got a girlfriend?
Sort of. Look, you be careful in here. Don't press too many buttons. I'll be back for you in a bit, okay?
Okay.
That kid obviously thinks the world of you.
Yeah, well, we've got a bit of history, haven't we?
You know, Des, I hope you're going to be around for your own child. Never mind having to cope with me.
I've already told you. I'm going to be there for you and the baby.
When it suits you.
Look, will you give me a break? I'm trying to do my best here.
Can't you see I'm worried, Des? This is a huge thing for me.
It's a pretty big thing for me as well.
I know. That's why we have to be totally honest with each other.
What's that supposed to mean?
Sally Johnson.
What about her?
She seems to be on your case.
But just forget about it.
What about the DPS? I know they're investigating you.
Well, they might be investigating me, but they haven't got anything.
Well, why is that Johnson woman still hanging around? Look, Des, if you can't be honest with me, then I don't see how we can be together.
Jack, I told you I didn't want you in this station.
And I told you I have a complaint to make against one of your officers.
I think you'll find that's up to the DPS.
This is personal. Des Taviner physically threatened me this afternoon.
I see.
Is that it?
Look, he's under investigation by the DPS. What more do you want?
I want to know what you're going to do about his behaviour.
I'll sort it out, don't you worry.
I hope so, Jack. Because if you don't, I will. The man is a liability and a poor excuse for a copper. He shouldn't have offered his condolences to those people out there. As well you know.
What the hell are you playing at? Why did you go and see Johnson?
I wanted to see why she had it in for me.
I don't know what's going on with you, Dad, but it doesn't look good.
Thanks for your support.
Support? Danny Glazed a runner. I discover you visited Simpson in prison. Johnson's involved the DPS. You're all over the place. Support? Now, I asked you before if you got anything to tell me, and you said no. This is your last chance. What is going on?
We need to talk.
Not here.
I don't want to lose you.
Well, then you need to tell me what's going on.
It's not as simple as that. Look, wait a minute. We knew that Simpson made the Chief Inspector Conway. It's not as if this is a miscarriage of justice.
What isn't?
Simpson's conviction.
And what's that got to do with you?
Oh, we needed justice.
Who? You and Danny Glaze. So you fitted him up?
It's the only way.
Why did you do it?
He was going to get away with it.
But he didn't start the fire, did he? And if Simpson didn't, who did?